Welcome back to the MLG broadcast of the ESL Euro Cup semifinals. We're here in Game 2 between Targa and Hasuobs, and we currently have...
Sorry about that, Nick. I was caught off guard.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to the game, and I'm like, Nick's going to open up with intros, we'll be in the game, and no one will know I have a giant burger in my mouth. But unfortunately, everything went wrong. It's okay, though. We're good. Thanks, Ron. I love you, Ron.
So we do have Dignitas up 2-1 against Mouse Sports currently, but Hasuobs is up 1-0, poised to even up the score at 2-2 if he takes down this map. The bottom right, representing Dignitas, we have the Zerg player, Targa. Top left, the blue Warriors of Ire, led by Hasuobs.
So Hasuobs winning would be nice. If Targa wins 2 in a row here, Dignitas takes the fight and goes to the finals. And again, guys, a lot of money's on the line. 5,000 euros to the winner.
Oh, and in prize pool.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, in the prize pool. Sorry. What was it? It was 3,500. A lot of money.
Yeah.
Is on the line. We'll just keep it at that. So winning here would be fantastic for Targa. But if Targa wins, if Hasuobs wins, it'll go to a 5th match. And I kind of want it to go to a 5th match because I like STARCRAFT.
Yes. But I would like to see this go to a 3rd match as well.
Sure.
And, so far in this team match, the Protosses have been just crushing the Zergs. Now, obviously it's only a few games and it's more based on the players than the races at this point. But really just, there's been a trend of the Zergs staying very low tech. And then the Protoss, and then both players just sitting back building up a Death Army. And that's kind of a situation that's reminiscent of, like, Wings of Liberty, early Wings of Liberty. When if you both just sit up, you both just sit around and do nothing, the Protoss Death Army is going to crush the Zerg one. Later it got reversed when the Zerg kind of, figured out about Infestor, Broodlord, and those things got introduced. And in Heart of Swarm, it's up in air because in the late game, everyone's seen Stefano, he used to do these insane, like, Storm Host, Viper, Spore Crawler, like, madness strategies. Infestor's there, of course. Has some sick late game plays, but so far today, we haven't seen any of these Zerg players,
a lot of mid-tier centric play.
Yeah, very mid-tier
centric. Zealot trying to sprint back to the main.
Yeah.
He wanted to just go for a walk. He didn't know that anything scary would happen, and he almost lost his job there. But thankfully, he was able to sprint back in time, and now he's like, you know what, I'm gonna go again. Yep,
going back on the walk, and the probe is coming behind us. Now, we should say what's happening, by the way. This is a 4-gate pressure by Hasuobs. The gateway expanded
off
to
2 bases. Yep. Very standard stuff.
But, Targa's doing a great job of catching these pylons, but he's trying to catch them, this probe just keeps building them. It's like whack-a-mole. Look how many he's building.
You got to do. Perfect.
It's pretty insane
and
here.
The Targa's having to kill all these pylons so these units can't warp in. He's also making a lot of
speeding is up.
Uh-oh.
Actually, if he can get, if he can stop this cold, that's going to be nice.
So right now, Hasuobs is focusing on getting as many Zealots as possible, protecting these pylons. Targa is desperately trying to take on these pylons with these Zerglings. Hasuobs only really wants one pylon alive, and if Targa makes too many lings, then Hasuobs is going to be kind of okay with it, because that means his opponent is not making drones.
He just made like 20 more speedlings, and he's still making them. Is Targa going to do an all-in after this? It looks like it.
He's very committed.
He's doing nothing but making speedlings, and he has more than enough to hold this now.
Does he have a Nest or?
No.
He's not mining gas right now.
Yeah, he just got enough to get speed and took guys off. Now, as soon as that time warp goes away and a few more... Okay, now he's getting a few more drones. I was getting worried there because, speedlings actually do pretty well against Zealots if there's no upgrade differential. It's a very even battle. At least until in super large numbers and Zealots get a better advantage because it's hard to get that service area on them. But for right now, it's fine to have him just speedlings. It's pretty larva expensive, though, just hurting his drone count. And Hasuobs, just wants to keep this army alive and present as a threat.
Oh, he's going to try to surround. There's the time warp. I wonder, what do you think about recalling there?
I would have recalled.
Yeah, okay. Just wondering. Still making more Zealots, trying to make this work, but I think the links there should be enough links here.
Well, maybe I would have been wrong. The great micro by Hasuobs, and he's actually going to get out of here.
And that wasn't a bad trade at all.
Oh, that was a great trade for Hasuobs. A lot of these Zealots, are still alive. Yeah.
Like, that's a situation where I would recall because my micro is not so good. And
me too.
Hasuobs is just a beast.
He is. But if you lose these Zealots, right now, so far, it's been an even trade, which is going to favor the Protoss in this situation because it's even in the amount of stuff they've spent.
Yep.
But Zerg has also lost a lot of joining opportunities to get this many speedings out this early. So in that case, if Protoss trades evenly, they're very happy.
All right, Zealots sprinting back home. Zergling's trying to get a run by here. There is a sentry in place. Nice force field to protect the Zealots, and Hasuobs just showing this great micro. I like it.
Very solid play.
Very fancy.
Now, Targa is anticipating the air or over did spot earlier. I think this Oracle hasn't been spotted quite yet, but he is ready with Spore Crawlers. So getting an Oracle against Zerg is always somewhat of a mild risk because it's really not that useful in most situations. Like in an actual engagement, can't do too much. Detection can sometimes be nice. In some circumstances, using Revelation to keep track of a group of roaches is nice. But really, you'd rather have a Void Ray in general with that gas. So the idea is that Zerg was so busy dealing with the Zealot harass that they wouldn't have a Spore Crawler or Queens wouldn't be ready, and you run into and get a whole bunch of drone kills. And we've seen it happen before, but Targa is just too on top of things.
Still a lot of lings out from earlier in the game, which is great. And it helps him retain map control, helps him keep an eye on that third base, helps him keep an eye on his opponent's army, potentially moving across the map, so he can know when he needs to rebuild stuff.
Only his drone count is still fairly thin.
Yeah.
It's getting better though. It's up to 63. But as soon as Protoss taking the third base, he's gonna want to okay, there we go. 8 more drones in production. He might even want to think about taking a 4th as well. He does have that 4th macro hatch being built.
What do you think about that Oracle mixed in?
I mean, I think it was kind of hoping it would catch Targa off guard and get a bunch of drone kills. And then that didn't really happen, so now it's semi-awkward. But it can scout well, and once it has enough energy, actually great use of the Oracles to clear up all the creep chambers. Because using Vision, and then it's
Pulsar.
fast too, and then the Pulsar beam. Oh no, that's not the best use of it though, walking a Spore Crawler. Gotta be careful.
He might die here. Queens.
And he's forgotten about it. He's busy microing his defense of the third. And that's of course a priority, obviously, but it's always nice to keep that Oracle alive. It's a great scouting utensil. Not quite as good as the Phoenix. Well, yeah, with Revelation, maybe it's actually better than the Phoenix. It's just a little slower, more expensive, and it takes longer to build. But we do see that Hasuobs didn't see any Spire, so he's going straight into Colossus production. Meanwhile, I love push-outs like this, because if the Zerg's trying to be greedy and do everything at once, like we see happen here, this is going to be very difficult to hold off for Targa. In fact, I don't even know what he's going to do to hold this off. And if they're not, if they build a bunch of units, he has to recall back. But with just pure speedings, he does have 8 roaches, 12 roaches on the way, okay. If you can get those roaches out in time and get them grouped up, I think he'll be totally fine.
This is like very similar to last game too, where Hasuobs is going for a timing, and Targa is desperately trying to get some upgrades finished. And Hasuobs is not going to extend forward just yet, just clearing out creep, playing safe.
Targa got enough roaches out. I think he's
going to be fine.
Yeah.
Now, he needs to make sure not to overmake and not to lose sight of the rest of the game.
I mean,
there's
that's
Magic Lens.
one of the big goals. Like, this isn't like Hasuobs doing a 2-base-1. Behind us is going Colossi and Wooders and everything.
Trying to take small advantages.
Yeah, and the idea is he's trying to force Targa to get roaches. Or kill a base. Like, obviously, kill him is nice, but as long as he forces Targa to invest in those low-tech units, as the game goes on, the Protoss, Colossus, Void Ray-based competition will be looking better and better.
So army posture on the left-hand side of the map.
Now, if this Mothership Core dies without being able to recall, that could be a disaster.
See if he tries to target it. He's targeting down with the Queen. Spore Crawler gets some damage done too, but it will get away. And Hasuobs saying, nanny, nanny, boo-boo. And we'll retreat to that third base. And overall, as far as where things stands, 5 more Queens on the way from Targa.
Yeah, very Queen heavy. I like that.
Kind of cool.
It's like, you know what, Void Ray, or Hydralisk are kind of a little bit not great against anything. But I do want anti-air to help against Void Rays.
Right.
So why not get Queens? They're actually good against they're good against Colossi as well. They tank a lot of damage. Transfuse it is always a nice ability. And they have good range. You have 7 range against air, which includes Colossi.
And they're going to be useful throughout the game too. Imagine a later game transition into like Ultras or
or anything you want. I mean,
Broodlords, whatever can get healed, which is
Queen
everything.
Swarmos is great too.
Yep.
Yeah. Queen Swarmos is really nice because Queens are kind of meaty. So they can often buy you the time you need between those Locust waves. I mean, Queens are just great units overall. I really love to see Zerg doing this. Adding in some Infestors as well. Now, the problem is that he does need... Okay, he's got a lot of roaches here. Oh, the problem is getting caught off guard off creep is one of the big problems.
Queens.
Queens are so slow off creep. You have to stay on creep.
Trying to decide how... I don't know if you should engage here.
No, I think he needs to engage on creep. That's a disadvantage of Queens. We talk about how great they are. Disadvantage is you pretty much have to be on creep. Oh, no! Targa not looking. A lot of units caught off guard here now. one case it was roaches, but every unit is count. Here he's putting some creep in this zone. That's good. He should still be spreading.
He's working on it here.
Yeah, he needs to spread the creep a lot more if he's going mass queens. He's working on it.
A problem with this composition is lack of mobility in a sense. So if Hasuobs decides to start sending zealots here and there, it can be very difficult to deal with. So look out for static defense from Targa. I feel like now would be a good time to do that. He's maxed. He has 2,000 minerals. Why not throw away some drones in the spines and maybe even remake the drones? Also, it's a Spire about to finish, so we'll have to see where he goes from there.
Yeah, he may be looking to a meter transition. Maybe just going to Broodlord. Is he even at Hive? He's not a Hive, okay. Because Broodlords are actually really good to mix in with this.
Maybe just to start air
as long as there's no Tempest around.
I mean, he doesn't have a lot of gas for meters right now. Because he's been making infestors,
yeah.
right?
We'll see. Protoss has a good position here. It's off creep, and there's a lot of kind of small chokes where the cross really well. Zerg can just deny the 4th base.
And trade away some of these supply.
Yeah,
he doesn't
exactly.
want the Legion. Yeah, and there's the +1 upgrade. So this is oh, he's gonna make some corruptors here.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
I mean, they'll help a bit.
Maybe Broodlords later, I guess.
Yeah. Or just. I mean, there's not. Actually, there's a good number of void rays. I was saying there's not too many void rays, and I realize there's
like
actually
6,
yeah. There's 8. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, corruptors aren't. They're gonna look pretty.
Yes. The emotional support and corruption, I guess, can be mildly useful.
Yeah, the thing is this is a robust Zerg army, but what's the
main
I guess the infestors are the backbone, hoping to chain fungal. I think that's his goal, is hoping for some like the Roach Queen is there to just sit there
because you want
keep the army
a
busy.
swarm host type or maybe a broodlord type or just something that dishes out the damage efficiently.
Chain fungals can do it.
Okay, there's some fungals.
Okay, yeah, forcing a recall.
You know,
out.
Targa's okay with that.
Yeah.
I think.
He's definitely fine with that.
Okay,
now,
War Prism's out though.
that could be really annoying.
You gotta watch out for that guy.
Now he is getting Enduring Locust, so we could see a Swarmhost transition, but maybe once the roaches die. The hard thing is if he gets slaughtered, then you won't even have time to get the Swarmhost out in the field. So he's got to find a way to engage. I actually would like to see if he gets into roaches to snipe the Nexus, and then he could replace
that would be cool.
Swarmhost.
Let's see if he does that.
Yeah, I like how this is a risky spot to put units because they can get cut off, but he's only sending units he doesn't mind potentially losing.
Yep. And killing a lot of probes. This is actually pretty darn great here for Targa. Now maybe a swing into the natural right here with a few other roaches would be good.
Oh yeah, send the rest. He's sending the group over here. Zealots are going to spot them, but at least they'll buy time, and the whole goal is to try to get a good number of swarm hosts up. Yep. He still has so much supply in roaches, it's going to be hard to get that swarm host count high.
Does Hasuobs smell this? Because it's like, as a Protoss, when you're seeing a Zerg do this, you're like, okay.
What's he making?
You're max, you're making roaches, I know you have a lot of bases, what are you up to? Oh.
Yeah.
Zealots can take out the Spire.
Yeah, that's a nice win if he's going to get that.
That's great.
You know, these roaches are actually still doing damage.
Yep.
Great use of roaches there.
And if they have burrow, it becomes like infinitely more annoying.
So yeah, I mean, Hasuobs is probably wondering what's going on, and one of the best, like, what's he replacing him with? And one of the best things to do is just, if you know your army is great against what they have currently,
attack.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice if he had a recall though.
Yeah, I agree.
If he was going like, this attack can be great against swarm hosts, you can always back away. But if, for example, Targa, no, he saw there was no hive. Oh, no, he saw there was a hive. Sorry, excuse me. My mind is all over the place. The risk is this army would get destroyed by Ultralisk so fast. Like 6 Ultralisk with Queen support. There's no Archons, there's no Immortals, there's not even many Zealots in the front. They're not super great against Ultras anyways. So he wants to make sure he has recall. I think he just did spot the Swarm Host though, so now he knows his Swarm Host.
Get those on the ground.
Yeah.
Now Swarm Hosts are really good on this map, I think. As long as you keep them alive. I guess that applies in any map really, but the key here for Targa, keep those Swarm Hosts alive, go for those cost-efficient trades, because his composition is the definition of cost efficiency. Queens, Swarm Hosts, and Infestors.
Yes.
All the energy, all the free stuff.
The only thing he wants to add to that maybe is a lot of Spore
defense,
Crawlers and then maybe a couple Vipers.
Which is what he's doing. I think he's working on that. And he's got a greater Spire on the way.
Yeah, I think that's totally fine.
Yeah.
Broodlords are actually, there's no Tempest out there. They're still decent. Like keeping Templar back and things like that.
High Templar trying to be sneaky. Look out for the Fungals. Storm Host getting into the ground. High Templars looking for the feedbacks. High Templars are great in this composition.
Yes.
Can feed back both the Infestors and the Queens.
This is a very vulnerable base. It looks like Hasuobs is going to go for it now. It's going to be, Targa has something to say about this, but look at those storms.
Storm
really
in the
trying
back.
to
It's perfect.
cover his retreat, I guess. Or cover his advance into the Zerg base behind him.
Zone him out. You got to zone him out. The Locust coming forward, though. You want to keep your High Templar away from those. And he's just going to back up. One High Templar getting very unlucky. Saying, guys, wait for me. And they're like, dude, you're covered in green slime. I'm sorry.
Yep.
You're dead.
Now he's running low on High Templar energy, but that will come back over time. 13 more drones being built. Maybe he wants to build a lot of Spore Crawlers. Spore Crawlers are amazing against, they're great against Void Rays and Colossi, and they cost no supply, right? So to supplement this, Spores are actually probably your preferred unit over Spines.
Right.
Due to the extra life, and the fact they'll prioritize targeting the more dangerous units. Now, to defend your hatchery, you're going to want, to defend against Zealot run-bys, you need Spines as well, right? But in the middle of the map, if you're like pushing their base, that's where the Spore Crawlers are used. Great use of Roaches here.
And look, the only place where there aren't cannons.
Yeah.
And this is already worth it.
Yep.
He's going to go try to kill some probes.
Yeah.
Stand back. Wow. And look at this. Since the Protoss is drawn away, he can maybe make some movement on the left-hand side of the map, get a little bit closer. Spread that creep a little bit more, too.
He's just very cautious about potentially losing these valuable units.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, as he should, like.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to lose these guys. That could end the game.
Yep.
But like you said, it's an opportunity to at least spread creep, right? So he's hopefully working on. There we go. Getting
go.
some of that creep spread out just a little bit.
Time is such a valuable resource in StarCraft 2.
Hasuobs is coming here. Some Zealots going down. Not a big deal.
Greatest Spire is done, so he can make Broodlords. He needs supply, though. He just threw away those. He made 8 Swarm Hosts, so he just threw away those Roaches or replaced them.
The Broodlords is more like maybe later.
Yeah.
Depending what happens, he might transition to that.
Making 2 more Corruptors, I think he is.
That's annoying, Dark Templar. Oh, there's a Spore. So it will not get the hatchery.
No.
But it's going to hurt it, which every damage adds up. And this is a tough base to defend. You know, there's just more Zealot Warpins. Oh, going for the Spore Core. That's a nice attack.
Not enough static defense to melee. At the same time, engaging into that base on the left-hand side. Targa looking for an efficient way to take this down. Infestors sneaking forward, looking for those fungos, trying to stay away from those High Templar. You do not want to get fed back. Zealot's still ravaging the main base of Targa, and he's scrambling to try to deal with that. It's tough. Again, his competition isn't mobile. This is how you kind of break Swarm Hosts. You attack everywhere else with the Zealots and DTs, and if they don't have that stacked defense, if they don't have any units back there to help defend, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, the main is just taking massive damage. Luckily, Greater Spire is elsewhere. Broodlords are being made, and the one thing is Targa's taking a lot of damage, but this base, the more... Oh, he only has 2 drones here. I don't think he's even actually put most of his drones here because this is the base that the Protoss wants, right? So the more you mine out from here, if you can mine this out fast, then you're kind of taking money from the Protoss, assuming that you can prevent them from taking this. Which it looks like Hasuobs has eyes on.
All right, Hasuobs going down the bottom side of the map, trying to catch Targa off guard. You know, I think he thought about just trying to charge. Okay, there are some hosts in the main.
Yes. I mean, Targa's getting pretty spread out now, and the Broodlords are actually isolated. Where's the Queens at?
I think they're nicely placed, though. Like, how do they really...
The Void Rays can kill them all.
Oh, there's the recall. And there's, I think there's
yeah.
Locusts coming in from every direction, too. So,
yeah.
You know, great play from both players there, I think.
Yeah, Targa did a good job of kind of spreading his army out appropriately, which is hard to do with the army he has, right? It's not very mobile. You don't want to spread it out.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Energy infestors going down is never fun.
Now, Hasuobs has to be careful eventually with the Zealots because his resources,
minerals,
his resources aren't incredible.
I mean, he's actually going to be down to 1 base pretty soon. Once this third, I mean, of gas, he's going to have a lot of gas, right? Which is weird to say gas is worth less than minerals, but in these late games, sometimes you get to that point where you're still mining gas from 3 bases, but minerals only from 1.
Targeting the Greatest Spire. Can he get it? I think it will. Greatest Spire will fall. And 14 Corruptors were just made.
Yeah, so those are going to be stuck in corruption form. Of course,
I don't even know if he's remade the Spire.
It just started right now.
Yeah.
Of course, Corruptors aren't, I mean, they're pretty bad against Void Rays, but if you supplement them with Queens, and of course with Fungal.
Yeah, as you said earlier, you know, later game Broodlords is good. Corruptors at this point in the game is just fine. You just got to control them correctly.
And I mean, there are Tempests in play now. So if you can combine Corruptors with Vipers, you snag a Tempest, take the Vipers out.
Oh, those probes.
Yep. Can you get a Fungal off?
Oh, he's trying.
Oh,
nabs 2 of them.
Yeah.
There's a Storm. He's actually, Hasuobs going to try to engage the Swarm Host, overextending just a little bit again. You do not want to overextend with Swarm Host. Targa backing up, bringing in some reinforcements, Locust being sent forward, and Hasuobs going to back away, but he's going to be happy with that trade.
Oh yeah, got a couple nice kills here. Meanwhile, as long as Target's distracted, Hasuobs can get this base up mining, which is a great thing for him. Any Swarm Hosts, a couple Swarm Hosts can be kind of annoying here. This is a cool move here.
Yes.
2 ETs trying to find a spot to do damage. They're going to sneak in there.
They were seen for like a second.
There was an Overseer that flew over them
okay.
right there.
Oh gosh, that's annoying.
Yeah, currently there's nothing though. You know, Targa really needs to get his attack defense kind of together, and I think he also needs to get some Vipers. He still hasn't made a Viper yet. And it's kind of worked okay until now, but then there's this Tempest out. You really want the Vipers to deal with Tempest, and it's kind of scary when there's this many Templar to go Vipers. But if you don't max out their energy so they don't die to a feedback, it's a little bit less risky. And of course, you use the Locust Wave to push a Templar back. And as they're retreating, you come in behind with the Viper Corruptor and you snag out the Tempest.
Right.
It's a great combination. But even Locusts on their own, you know, they're 3 units, so it's not too big a deal. They're not really able to do too much of what's on their own. You see Greater Spry being rebuilt, more and more Corruptors, but again, without the Viper support, with this many Void Rays and Storms, you can't go toe-to-toe with the Protoss Air Army with Storm support with Corruptors. You kind of got to segment their army using Vipers to really do well.
Continue with the counterattacks. It's Hasuobs.
Yes.
Straight. Queen's trying to come back and save things, and this is getting to be very cost effective for Hasuobs.
Oh yeah, and without Queens here, I guess this is why you make a lot of extra Spores and Spines to help buy you time.
So should he make some Vipers, you think?
Yeah. I think he should definitely make some Vipers. Vipers are like the ultimate. Once you have a whole ton of Swarm Hosts,
Colossi or yours, Void Rays can be yours.
Tempest. Yeah.
I'd also like to see potentially a mothership from Hasuobs. I think that could be a nifty addition.
Yeah, the Swarm Hosts are being too annoying.
He has a fleet beacon. He has mothership 4. He can do that in a second now. But looks like he wants to. I think he's thinking about charging in and then recalling out.
Yeah, it's tricky though because the mothership core can die so fast in these armies.
Yep.
It's kind of a risky move, and he wants to clear some creep out first. Anytime he can clear creep against Swarm Hosts, it's huge because creep makes their units move faster, and for Swarm Hosts, that means their effective range is greater because the Locust movement is their range, right?
How much do you value sentries right now?
Not too much.
Okay.
Yeah, ooh, Templar going down. I mean, I don't know, sometimes Force Fields can actually be great against Swarm Hosts if you can Force Field out some of the Locusts and then, you know, segment off other guys, but I don't value them because I don't have the skill to handle them plus everything else.
Fair enough. And Fester's going for it, looking for that money fungal. Grappling a lot of those Void Rays. It's nice. He's going to try to chain some fungals. That's what's going to happen here. And he's going to try to swoop in. More fungals going down. Swarm Host coming in. There's the Swarm Host. Or there's the Swarm Host. There's the recall.
And you know, the thing is, you're like, he could have waited for a couple more fungals to recall out. He could have, but you don't want the Voiders to lose. This is the point where they just lost shields, right?
Yeah.
If they start losing life, then yes, you can get away, but the Zerg regenerates energy. You don't regenerate that life, ever. You just get the shields back. So recalling right before it went past the shields was a great move there by Hasuobs.
Okay, Locust got to be sent, I guess, initially to that base, but then changing their mind once they saw the massive army from Hasuobs.
But you know, they're kind of zoning the army out. Maybe he can send in maybe the Queens up there if he can find maybe the Brood Lords.
The Vipers mixed in, nice.
Oh yeah, he does have the Vipers now. Yeah, I'd actually love to see the Brood Lords being used to take this out, kind of. But here we go. Hasuob's going for the base trade, kind of. Threatening counterattack, but now that Targa's moving back, it's kind of a game of cat and mouse. And anyone who watches, you know, there's a certain number of Zerg players who really love this style where they just grind the Protoss out. You know, a Zealot here, a Zealot there, and eventually the Protoss runs out of resources, but it can go both ways, right? DT warpins, counterattacks.
Floaters coming up, Corrupt's going to target them down. Could this be the massive battle we were waiting for?
A lot of Swarmos there.
Mothership Core looking for time warps, making the Queens infinitely slower. They're going backwards when they're going forwards, except they're going backwards when they're going forwards and back. I don't know. They're slow when they're time warp.
Now,
ooh, high Templar drops attempted.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's nice.
So what are these guys focusing on right now?
I think Targa's goal is to kill this base.
Yeah.
Hasuob's goal is he knows in a heads-up fight he's just going to be bled out. So his goal is to defend this base not by sitting on it and slowly dying to Locusts and Vipers, right? But by threatening a counterattack. He says, you can't kill this base if I'm attacking this base over here because we get back to defend this, right? And he's going to keep killing that defense here and there and adds up. At some point, Targa will send like some Brood Lords over here and finish that off. But until then, this strategy, or some speedies or something, you know. Up until that point, though, Hasuob's tactic of defending the space by counterattacking is working out great. He's getting a lot of mining done. Oh, this could actually be great. Spur 1 Swarmos here, or 3 Swarmos.
Oh, get him to the ground. Ouch. 2 fallen.
Yeah. Need some extra detection here, I guess.
So Targa's kind of getting low on minerals?
Yeah, he's been losing. I think he's lost 10 Swarm. Remember, there's a couple here that died. He's been bleeding units away, basically. So Hasuobs has been controlling it superiorly, but it's not like anyone's taking a major enough blow that if there's a major engagement, it's still the winner of that is gonna most likely come out on top this game. Meanwhile, some nice, attempts at seeing it. Is there a lack of detection somewhere?
Oop.
Nice storm drop.
I
Do what you can.
want to see how many kills the Archon has.
Yeah, we'll find out in just a second.
Hurry up, Archon, more, faster.
9 kills.
Not bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's still,
Very nifty. At this point in the game, that's pretty darn good.
Yeah.
Every single unit is starting to become very important. I mean, it might not have seemed that way, but like these armies are so expensive.
You're both going more and more air, but Hasuobs has got 3. I mean, he's got insane upgrades. Still a few more armor to go into air. He might not even bother with those because he figures anytime he loses the air units, it's probably the Vipers anyway. In which case, the armor doesn't. Just going in the middle of the Zerg army doesn't matter. He's gonna die, right? Whereas at the air for Targa, he's gonna get level 3 attack. So both really focusing on the attack upgrades, which is exactly what you should be doing in this situation. As armor doesn't block spell damage, because a lot of it is the fungals and of course the Psy Storms and things like that. We do have some pressure from the, the Swarmos keep doing a little bit of damage here and there. Oh, nice use of the Tempest there, that Observer.
Observer's so important.
Yeah.
And he's actually looking for that Observer.
And
might even
yeah,
abduct it. I thought he was going to abduct it for a second.
I thought he was going to too. I'm surprised he didn't. He only has 1 Viper actually. He must have lost another one here or there. Some more weapons, and Hasuobs, even though he hasn't been losing that much, so he keeps finding these cost-efficient ways to use DTs or Zealots or the small DT units. Oh, there's the fungal to reveal DT. That's gonna be taken out, but getting 2 Swarmos, definitely worth it.
Okay, here we go. Looking for the abduct onto the Tempest. Getting 1, getting 2. Gonna take those out in a matter of seconds.
And that's good. I mean, it's moves like that you want to keep doing as a Zerg player. If Protoss is gonna keep picking you with Tempest, you'll find a moment where the Templar aren't there in front of them. And that can be when your Locust pushing back, or if there's like a ridge in the way, a high ground, anything like that. And you just jump on those moments and use them. Oh, nice. Get some Observer as well. Those kind of. Only lost 1 Corruptor there, actually. Not too bad. Meanwhile, another Zealot counterattack. I would love to see either some. I've been waiting so long for him to actually stop the Mind Displace.
Yeah, I mean.
A couple, like 2 Speedlings, 1 Spinecrawler uprooted and just sending over to drop creep. 1 Queen. 1 Brood Lord.
Almost a little bit closer, yeah.
Because Hasuobs has been just like that's the reason why Hasuobs is money is because he's mining off the space like a maniac, and he's been doing it for about 8 minutes, and it's been unprotected for the whole 8 minutes, right?
Got to identify those bases in the Zerg and make sure you take those down, especially in the war of attrition type game like this, where every resource is going to matter.
Yep. This is exactly what he needs to do. Grab a small group. Probably wants to send an Overseer there as well in case DTs are used to defend. And as long as he keeps track of the Protoss army, these Swarmos are pretty safe here on the right side, and he should be able to hold off the rest of the Protoss army just with his Queens and Vipers and whatnot. He's got to kill these Observers, though. Hasuobs done a great job of always having an Observer in the right place at the right time.
Oof. See you, probes.
Yeah. But Hasuobs mined a lot from that, and he has a lot of resources in the tank.
What's going to be the moment that instigates something, you think?
I actually don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm going to try to think about it, like what?
Hasuobs making the big move here.
Okay, yeah, this is big. If he can take out this base, Targa's going to be down to 4 bases, and now Targa going to be wrapping around the left-hand side, taking down that base on the right-hand side. So both these guys trading bases, essentially. Which is kind of weird. Not really trading, but taking out each other's bases.
Yep.
Nice storm. Good reaction time. Investors looking for fanciness. I like the hallucinate there, trying to keep vision.
Yeah, any way to get vision.
Would an Oracle be good here, I think?
An Oracle, in theory, it's amazing. In practice, it's so hard to keep it alive, and it's so hard to really use it along with everything else. And of course, when we're saying an Oracle, just due to Revelation. Oh, Swarmos again being caught off guard, and Targa's been getting kind of bled out. Which normally it's the Protoss being bled out, but Hasuobs is like a surgeon. Oh, that was a great fungal!
Oh, feedback onto the Overseers. Is this going to be the big battle? It looks like they're both still trading blows. Storms coming forward. Hasuobs thinking about going a little bit further.
Great Corruptor movement throughout this. Keeping them away from Storms.
A lot of Queens just got destroyed there. Oh my god. I think it was like 6 feedbacks.
A lot of Queens got destroyed. But he killed a lot of Void Rays, actually. Like, I think that actually went in Target's favor. Now, I mean, look, Hasuobs lost so much in that engagement. Now, Hasuobs had like 10 times the bank at Targa, right? So, that being said, like it's actually getting fairly even now.
Yeah.
And I think
What a
Hasuobs
game
was.
this is.
Yeah. This is actually pretty intense.
Guys, and if you're just now tuning in, guys, this is game 2 of a best-of-3 between Targa and Hasuobs.
Targa's only long distance mining, I think, at this point. I mean, I don't think Hasuobs is mining. Oh, he's got. I don't think Hasuobs is. Oh, he's look a little bit there. I mean, he has so much in the bank, though, right? What Hasuobs doesn't have, he doesn't have much gas in the bank. So replacing Templar, like,
Yeah.
he can replace what, like,
Zealots, I guess.
like I mean, he
Because
has
all
like,
these units are so gas intensive,
yeah,
right?
and Zealots are like,
You know, this would be great if Protoss had a thing where you can trade sentries away to get gas.
yep,
Like a building of some sort. Instead of just...
exchange program or
yeah,
something.
that'd be cool.
He's trying to rebuild the Void Race. He needs to keep a decent Voider account so the Corruptors can't just like run in there and kill everything. But I really, the last battle, the way Targa kept moving the Corruptors around to just pick off Void Rays, utilize the fungal so they'd only fight a small section.
Yep.
Really effective.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Charge! Wait, where's my friends?
yeah, the brave charge.
I'm not a locust.
And even if he keeps killing observers, he can strain Hasuobs' gas is the goal here. Of course, he needs to get his bases up because he has no money, right? Oh, grab the Tempest there. That's a nice win. I don't think he even lost a single unit. Now getting an observer as well. There's another observer here.
Uh-oh.
Wait, he's not gonna kill it. Oh, yeah, he's afraid of this attack over here. This hatchery did get canceled by some Zealots and a DT.
Yep. By the way, shout out to Pierre Jacques in the chat. 30 minutes ago, he said 1 hour long game incoming.
Yeah. Could be if Targa loses game 1, he does a very slow methodical style.
Yep.
Hasuobs plays a lot of hour-long games. He's famous for it. Oh, an Infestor goes down, but a nice fungal gets a Templar.
Wow.
Another Infestor goes down. Can he chain it? Gets some of the sentries.
Working on it. Another fungal
He
went
needs
down.
the Corruptors. Where the Corruptors have to finish off some of these units.
Every single unit you kill is so important.
Yes.
Especially if they're Void Rays.
Oh, look at this. 10 more Infestors being built.
He likes those fungals.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's going to be harder and harder to have a good Templar count as the game goes on. You come in behind Locusts. You know, I was like, Hasuobs has so much more bank than Targa. He's got to be way ahead, but he's being bled out. And remember, I mean, Hasuobs, he's not mining gas anymore. This is the last gas he has, unless he can somehow... I mean, he's actually going to long distance mine from these gases, which is very smart. It probably won't work, but it's a smart attempt, right?
Yeah, Stormhosts are there, though.
But that's not many more Templar left, and it once...
Oh.
Or Void Rays.
Oh, Archons.
Oh!
No, don't want those units.
Yeah. I'm not actually... It's funny. I'd be more sad about losing a Templar than an Archon. Even though an Archon's worth twice as much.
Yeah, that's true.
Just because in this situation, Archons aren't particularly useful. But he's getting another set of Swarmhosts here. The Dark Templar is going to be some gas loss. Transfuse is going down. And as the meat of the Protoss goes less and less, it's harder to deal with the Locusts. And it's not that you can't. It's that if you're forced to back away from Locusts, if the Zerg has Vipers, which we do see 3 Vipers, that's when the Vipers can run in and do their work. When you back away from the Locusts. Okay, coming over here, he's trying to pressure this base. Targa wants to mine this out, and then move over. Oh, that's a dead hatchery.
Yep, look at how fast that is. Watch out for a fungal on the Void Rays.
Yeah. It could be, they're looking for feedbacks on the Vipers there. You know, Targa might actually just want to give up. This space is so low, he might want to focus over on this space and deny the long-distance gas
He needs to get that creep. It's just, I mean, Hasuobs have been doing such a good job kind of slowing that down throughout this game. Just keeping that line in place. You can kind of see a diagonal line across the map.
Yep.
Where the creep is. And that's how these guys have been split this entire game.
You know, I'd also like to see Targa mine, even though like he wants minerals more than gas, he needs both, but minerals have been built hatcheries and stuff. Any gas he takes is if Hasuobs eventually can take this, right? Hasuobs is dying for gas. Hasuobs, he can't build any more high-tech units. Oh, getting a Broodlord, getting another Broodlord. Targa being caught off guard there. He got all 3.
That's what this game is about. What little units can you catch off guard? What cost-efficient kills can you get here? Can you get there? And we just saw an Archon die earlier. We just saw
3 Broodlords.
3 Broodlords.
Those die. Are, I mean, they're actually pretty important. They help a lot against all the ground units. And if you're at that point where you can kill the air with Vipers, you would come in. Some Zealots have been warped in to help try to be a meat shield for Hasuobs.
Is he like, okay, go? shot.
Nice spine core movements over there.
Oh,
great feedbacks. I think he got a set of infestors there.
Okay, Hasuobs wants to make this happen. Now Targa's going to be turning around, trying to split up those units. Corruptors going around. Storm trying to be deployed onto those Corruptors. Swarm hosts again, sending those Locusts at those units. Still feedbacks onto those infestors. I think the Queens are all gone, and Hasuobs says enough is enough. Coming forward with the Void Rays, but Prismatic Alignment just now decharging, so he might try to engage with the Corruptors. No, deciding not to. Backing up, and Hasuobs just like that, up 172 to 124 supply. That was the engagement he was looking for the past 20-25 minutes.
Yeah, Targa's relying on Chain Fungal Seal to Void Rays, but every single infestor there got feedback so fast. Wasn't able to back them up in time. And now Hasuobs is just going, he's continuing to push in, looking like he wants to do some more damage. Now, I think all the observers got killed in that engagement. So the Swarmos, if they can pick off everything else, maybe eventually with Vipers he can pick off the Void Rays. That might be what he's looking to do. He's still mining some over here as well. So it's not totally over. Well, actually, Zealot's trying to shut this down. Alright, maybe it is totally over. We'll see. But
what are the options? I mean...
Well, it slowly kills stuff with Vipers.
Yeah.
Oh, he can't run it. Oh, God, he keeps running into the army.
Yeah.
Oh, now Observer's joining the fray.
Oh, man. Hasuobs just controlling everything so well. The past 10 minutes have been going his way. And that when armies are this expensive, if it goes your way, it's going to be...
Nothing in production from either side.
Yep.
But Hasuobs is going with a very dominant army here. There's a GG. Hasuobs takes the series, excuse me, 2-0. We're in a tied situation up. Dignitas and Mouse Sports 2-2 now with that great win from Hasuobs. PVZ looking good for the Protoss today. The final match will be Tefl against Vortex.
Tefl versus Vortex.
Yes.
That will decide who goes to the finals. That's huge. Really cool game. Really cool play there from Hasuobs. And Targa was playing pretty well at times too. But Hasuobs able to clean out with the 2-0. Really cool play. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in on Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon. So glad you could join us. Hopefully you're having a great day. I'm Axel Toss. Of course, I'm joined by Axlab. Ron is handling the colorful buttons. Quick shout outs to people in the chat. Pierre, Jacques, thanks for tuning in. Affinity, Madman, Blue Dragon, like in Yu-Gi-Oh. Do you know that reference? Probably not. The King Black Dragon.
I don't know Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, man. I'm sorry.
Dude, I was all about Yu-Gi-Oh. The Ace, Freyle, I got ya. How you doing? Still Rapids, Madman, Tago, Carval. Keep sending us your questions about the games, about anything. We got plenty more StarCraft 2 coming your way. Specifically next, it's going to be Vortex versus Tefl to find out if Dignitas or Mouse will be advancing to the finals of the ESL Euro Series. Don't go anywhere.